Author tips, using writing beats to keep your fiction on course. Hi, I'm Molly Hunter with Carolina House Publishing, and today we are diving into a technique that will transform your fiction outlines from simple chapter lists into powerful storytelling tools. We are talking about writing beats, and once you start using them, you will wonder how you ever outlined a book without them. So, what exactly is a writing beat? Think of it as a key moment or turning point within a chapter. It is the thing that needs to happen in that section of your story to move the plot forward, reveal something about a character, or shift the emotional tone. A single chapter might have 3 or 4 beats, and each one serves a specific purpose in the bigger picture of your book. Here is why this matters so much. When you outline a novel using only chapter titles or brief summaries, it is easy to lose your way once you start writing. You sit down to write chapter 7, and you know the general idea of what should happen, but the details feel fuzzy. You wander, you add scenes that do not push the story forward. You forget to plant a clue that pays off later in the book. The chapter feels unfocused, and your reader will sense that even if they cannot explain exactly why. Beats solve that problem. When you map out the key moments for every chapter before you write, you create a trail of stepping stones through your entire story. You always know where you are headed next, and why that moment matters. Your writing stays focused, your pacing stays tight, and your reader gets a book that flows naturally from one chapter to the next without ever feeling lost or confused. Let me show you how to put this into practice. Method 1. The sticky note system. This is a classic approach that authors have been using for years, and it remains one of the most effective visual planning tools available. Get yourself several packs of sticky notes in different colors. Assign each color to a specific story element. For example, blue might represent your main plot points. Yellow could be character development moments. Green might stand for subplots. Pink could mark moments of conflict or tension. Red might flag clues or foreshadowing that pay off later in the book. Now write 1 beat per sticky note using just a sentence or 2. Place those notes on a large board, a wall, or even a long stretch of butcher paper. Organize them by chapters so you can see your entire book laid out in front of you. This is what authors often call a chapter board or a book map. The magic of this system is that it is physical and visual. You can see your entire story at a glance. You can spot problems immediately. If you look at your board and see 5 blue notes in a row with no yellow or green, you know that stretch of your book is all plot with no character development or subplot movement. If you notice a red foreshadowing note in chapter 3, but nothing that pays it off later, you have found a loose thread before you ever write it. And because the notes are sticky, rearranging your story is as simple as moving a note from one chapter to another. You can experiment with pacing and structure without rewriting a single word. Method 2. Digital project management tools. These days, you do not have to limit yourself to sticky notes on a wall. The same project management platforms that big companies use to coordinate teams and track complex projects work beautifully for planning a novel. Tools like Trello, Notion, Asana, and Monday allow you to create digital boards with columns for each chapter and cards for each beat within that chapter. The advantages here are significant. You can color code your cards just like physical sticky notes. You can drag and drop beats between chapters with a click. You can add detailed notes, links to research, and character details to each card. You can tag beats by storyline or character so you can filter your board and follow a single thread through the entire book. And everything lives in the cloud, so you can access your book map from your computer, your tablet, or your phone wherever you happen to be at. For authors working on complex stories with multiple storylines, large casts of characters, or intricate plot twists, these digital tools are incredibly powerful. They let you zoom out and see the full arc of your novel, or zoom in and focus on the beats within a single chapter. Method 3. The simple beat sheet. If sticky notes and project tools feel like more than you need, you can start with something far simpler. Open a document and list every chapter of your book. Under each chapter heading, write 3 to 5 short sentences describing the key beats that need to happen in that chapter. That is it. No fancy tools, no color coding, just a clean list of the moments that matter. Even this basic approach will keep your writing sessions focused and your story on track. You sit down to write, glance at your beat sheet, and you know exactly what needs to happen next. Whichever method you choose, the real power of beats is that they help you tie everything in your story together. Every subplot connects back to the main plot. Every character moment serves the larger arc. Every clue gets planted at the right time and pays off when it should. You never lose track of a storyline or forget where a character left off 3 chapters ago. Your reader may never know you used beats to plan your book, but they will absolutely feel the result. They will feel it in the pacing that keeps them turning pages. They will feel it in the way every chapter has purpose and momentum. And they will feel it in the satisfaction of a story that comes together in a way that feels both surprising and inevitable. So here is your action step. Pick one method that appeals to you and try mapping out the beats for just 3 chapters of your current project. See how it changes the way you approach your writing sessions. I think you will be hooked after the very first try. Now I have a question for you, and I would love to see your answer in the comments. Do you prefer a physical approach like sticky notes on a board, or are you more of a digital planner who likes using apps and online tools to organize your story? Let me know which camp you fall into. And if you are getting value from these author tips, do me a favor and subscribe to our channel. Tap that bell icon too so you get notified every time we post a new video. We have so much more coming for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Molly Hunter with Carolina House Publishing, and I will see you in the next one.